Hi there, it's Dave. I'm telling you another story about the interesting features of the house we live in. I'm out in the backyard, well, the side yard, out the side of the house. Now, showing you this front of this part of this house is actually has an extension on the front of the house. It's one of those things where if you don't really know about the story of the house and don't know about the extension, it's hard to see. So we will do an episode of the strange stories of the extension. But what I want to show you is while we're outside, we're starting this story back to front. We're starting outside, starting in. So here is the chimney of the house. Being built in the 1960s, it would have had wood heating. So this is the back of the chimney, and it's still all here. They didn't take it out. Now, something interesting about this chimney is, well, it's not so interesting about the chimney. How about this? This is one of the access pipes, and they've just done a wooden plug and plugged it up. Don't know if you can see how well you can see. Mr Muir, who built this house, he really was a amateur carpenter. So he had a great wood shop up the back, and he did all sorts of things with wood. I'll have to show you some of the stuff he put in when he did the house extension. It's incredible. Anyway, out the back here, this is the old chimney, and on the back of the house we have a dog box. Well, it's not a dog box now, but there's this interesting construction on the back of the house. When you first look at it, it's got no rhyme or reason. I'm actually using this for a new project, which we'll probably do a video on when we do it. So yeah, so this is part of what's going on. Now this is our fantastic instantaneous modern gas heater that heats the whole house. Oh, they are fantastic units. Isn't it brilliant? Anyway, yeah, so anyway, this is outside the house. So this is the, well, this is the old chimney and the old breast, and here comes Mr Jasper to come and help with the story because he likes to be in these stories now. So here we go. Anyway, this is out the side of the house. So here's the house, here's the chimney. So I need to now go and show you inside of the house at the fireplace because it's fantastic. So welcome inside this house. Now this is a 1960s house. We're only the second owners of this place. When it was built, it was quite a lavish property. It's got all sorts of bits and pieces. 4 bedrooms, formal dining room, lounge room, pretty decent kitchen, freeway bathroom, also the study office front of the house in the extension area. Well, I'll talk about the extension later in another video because it deserves a video in its own right. Anyway, as we were talking outside, this is where the fireplace was. In fact, it's very hard to tell. There was actually a wood fireplace here. It probably would have been one of those green Rayburns or the type. But anyway, now when we bought this house, it was carpeted throughout. But we've pulled up the carpet and gone back to, because underneath the carpet is a brilliant pine flooring. It's all there. It's all current. So I'm not a big fan of the wooden timber flooring, but this is growing on me. Oh, look, there's Christmas decorations and that. But anyway, have a look at this. This is from the 60s. This was built as a pretty modern smick home. And remember, the guy who built it was also a pretty avid woodworker. But anyway, this beautiful panelling on these back walls. This is stunning. This is some of the timber features I keep raving on about that are in this house. And I'll show you more in later episodes. These are modern lights. We replaced the light fittings about 4 years ago because the light fittings were here were falling apart. They're getting a bit dangerous and they're hard to replace the bulbs and bits and pieces, and it had those candlelight type thing. Anyway, so these are more modern, but apart from that, the rest of the place is pretty much as is. Now, because it was in the 60s, it had a built-in stereo system. He's got these speaker cabinets built into the system, into the walls. There's nothing in there now, and you can unscrew the panels, and I won't do it just as a, but he had a stereo system built in. This room's different to how it originally was used. I'll spin around later and show you. We're using it a bit differently, but anyway, that's, so in this wall and down that end, you'll see it down here, he had built-in speaker system into the wall. Incredible. There's a switch here, which we've never found out what it works, but I assume it was to do with the stereo system. But anyway, we now have a modern, very efficient, very good. This heats beautifully most of the house, natural gas LPG, and there is a lovely stone and timber aft. But what I want to show you is one of the little features, and I call this the hidden room. Yep, talk about Scooby-Doo style, but have a look at this. This is quite magic. Over here is a door. I'll try and open this. I'll get down on my knees and open it in video. There is a doorway. Now this lines up with outside. When there was a wood heater here and you wanted to move timber on a cold night, you don't want to go out the back and get the timber, so it would have been fed in from the outside into this little door, and you would have opened up the door, taken your wood out, put it in your wood fire. How groovy is that? So it's like a hidden passageway. I have got plans for this, and we'll talk about that later in another episode we're planning to do. We've got plans for this. We're going to use this as something interesting. But there you go. It's a hidden room, a little doorway, a little passage. Close it up. That is part of the original 1960s houses. How brilliant is that? Isn't that amazing feat? Now, a lot of people don't even know it's there if you don't tell them. But anyway, that's all for this episode of the house that Mr Muir built. That's the amazing thing. I want to tell everybody we have a secret passage. We have. But there you go. How magic is this timber panelling? People talk about having feature walls, but you can't get much better than that. Backing up. So this is our formal area lounge room. So around the front we have our TV. We have a lounge for when people, that's a pull-out double bed, doovy loungy thingy. And I've rearranged some of the furniture so I can get in the corner and film. That chest normally goes in the corner. But round here we have our big lounge. Over this side of the room would originally been where, and the cabling was all there, was where they had their TV. So they use the room to like opposite to how we use it. But anyway, any questions about any of this, let me know. But anyway, isn't that, I'll go around. Isn't that fantastic? Yeah. The emergency escape hatch. I don't know if a person could fit through, I suppose, if they're really skinny. But there you go. When I tell everybody that we've got 4 entrances and exits from the house, we do have. We have a door on each side. We have a door out the front and we have a door out the back. Yeah. Yes, we have 2 side doors, 1 door and back door. 4 methods of escape in case of a fire. Mr Muir's fire training certainly came in handy, didn't he? Anyway, I'll walk back from the wall so you can have a look at that magnificent timber panelling wall. But it's very hard to tell that there would have been originally a wood fire there, unless you go outside and look at the chimney. Farewell from Dave in the house, from Dave in the shed. Bye.